All right, tonight we're gonna make a Moroccan lamb stew. Last night my wife told me I don't smile enough. So, honey, smile. For the rest of you, no more smiles. The reason I gave her a smile was because she told me I can't buy any more kitchen stuff. But I was out looking at stores today and I found a traditional Moroccan tagine, and I've been wanting one of these. So, honey, I gave you an extra smile today because I bought one, but it was $6. So I bought it. So please forgive me, but I needed one of these. When I was in the Middle East, I fell in love with Middle Eastern food. These are fantastic. How they work is slow cooks. It's got this strange looking lid. So you put your stew down here with some liquid and it evaporates up, goes up here, and then it goes up the top and it drips back down. And it's fantastic. So it goes on top of your stove top. You need a diffuser. So I don't have a diffuser, so I'm using an extra large cast iron pan as my diffuser. So I'm slowly heating it up, so you don't wait till the pan is hot. You put it all together. You put the flame on low, and then I'm going to layer in the vegetables. Then I'm going to put in the lamb, and then I'm going to let it cook for about 2 hours. So right now I put everything in here. It's heating up. I'm going to cut up some onion. Some butternut squash. Right now I have some lamb, and I spice it up and want it to come to room temperature. The spice I'm using, Ras Al Hanout, which I got this at Whole Foods. Then I would normally put some dried apricots, but I couldn't find any dried apricots today, so I'm going to use some dates. These dates are going to be a little bit sweeter than apricots, so I'm going to use a little bit less. And when I first layer in the onions, I'm going to put in some ghee. They sell ghee at all the stores. It's a clarified butter, shelf stable. I keep mine in the fridge, but you don't have to. Has a higher flash point, so when you're cooking like steaks, you can use ghee in the frying pan instead of butter, because it has a higher temperature they can handle. That's essentially what we're going to do to make a lamb stew tonight. So I'll show you how it goes as we go along. All right, so I got my onion chopped up. So I'm going to first put some ghee in the pan. Is it oil? Because it isn't oil, it's just when it's like this in the solid form. And then onion. So one thing please don't use your knife to pick up off the cutting board. If you absolutely have to, use the spine of your knife, not the cutting edge. I use a cutting board scraper. So I'm going to layer in the onions. Get this ghee melted down. All right. I love onions. And just like this, they're absolutely delicious. All right. All right. I'm going to have a little bit left over. And then I'm going to chop up some butternut squash. And so I just cut the top. If you don't use butternut squash, I'm just cut the top off. I'm going to save the rest of this. I'm going to make some soup out of it. I love butternut squash soup. So I have some leeks in the fridge. I have some carrots and celery. And more onion. I'm going to make a mirepoix. I'm going to roast the butternut squash and onion before I make the soup out of it, but that's just another story. All right, the onions are coming along nicely. So I got the butternut squash peeled, diced up. Now I'm gonna get some onions or garlic peeled. So no garlic tonight. So I broke up the bulb. Here's a little trick. Here's something I will use a knife for. Take the flat side of your knife, put it down. Crush it like that, and your garlic comes out. It comes out ugly, but it comes out. It's a lot easier to get the peel off, and the garlic's real sticky. But fresh garlic is delicious. So then what we're going to do is we're going to do a rough cut on the garlic, and we're just going to throw that rough cut garlic in there. I like big chunks of garlic in there, so I don't want to mince it up. So use the backside of my knife. So I'm going to put in just about like yay. Alright, let's check on these onions. Oh, looking delicious. Alright. You don't want them to brown. So now I'm going to go ahead and put the garlic in. I'm going to put some salt and pepper in. Alright, now I'm going to put in the butternut squash. Layer in the vegetables. Just make a nice layer on top. Alright, now I'm going to take some seasoning, which I have here already ready to go. Take some cinnamon, and put a little salt and pepper on top of this one too. Take some cinnamon. Some turmeric. Turmeric is really good for you. It's good for inflammation. People don't use it that much. It's fantastic. Food is medicine. Coriander. Coriander is a seed from cilantro. And I have some cumin. One of my favorite spices is cumin. And I don't have much left. Alright, now I'm going to take some paprika. Use the back of a spoon. Now I'm going to cover that up. Let that cook for a bit. Alright, that's been cooking for a minute. Now I'm going to layer in some lamb. A lot of people don't like lamb because people don't know how to cook lamb. If you cook lamb right, it's a beautiful meat. But I tell you, if I ever catch you putting mint on lamb, I'm going to find you. Don't do that. It's terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible idea. It's horrible. Alright. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a little bit of beef stock. So, what I've got, I cheat. You can't make it yourself. Get some beef bones, or you can buy it in the containers. I get this better than beef, better than bouillon, and makes really good beef broth. It's not stock. The difference between stock and in broth is when you make stock, you gotta get collagens from the marrow. It's really, the stock is really good for you. Now you don't want to put enough in this where you don't drown it. You just want to get it wet at the bottom, enough to steam, but without drowning it. Okay. About yay. Now I'm going to put in some saffron. Saffron is the most expensive spice. When I was in Cambodia, saffron was super cheap. I brought back a bunch of it with me. It's almost worth a trip to Cambodia just to go buy saffron. I was there 25 years ago. I don't know if they still have saffron for that price, but when I was there, I couldn't believe the price of saffron. I just bought a bunch of it. But a little dab will do you. Saffron, a little bit of saffron goes a long way. Alright. So now I'm going to cover this up. I'm going to let it cook for about 2 hours. I'm going to come back in probably an hour and a half. Check on it. I'm going to add in the dates. Before I do that, this burner I have it on the lowest setting. It's a little bit too hot, so I'm going to move it to a smaller burner, and so it cooks a little bit slower. This has been cooking for about an hour and a half. Now I'm going to put some dates in here. Oh, that's fantastic. I'm going to put this on to cook for another half an hour. And while that does that, I want to make some pistachio rice with saffron and raisins to go with this. It's going to be fantastic. All right, let's finish this off. So I have some rice I made with saffron, raisins, and pistachios. And then top it with some red radish microgreens from Infinite Harvest. But I've been smelling this lamb with onions and the squash and the dates. And I tell you, it just smells amazing. Oh, and I want to put a little bit of yogurt on it too. Just plain yogurt. Just like that. Put some microgreens on top of there. And that is a nice dinner.